Good morning, YouTube, and welcome to episode 3. That reminds me of Inglourious Bastards, you know, when they do that, and they're like, the German way of doing it. I don't know, I can't remember what way it is, but welcome to episode 3 of the Balkan Diaries. Hopefully you liked my morning routine, a little bit of a head shave, went out for a walk, and went straight working. I've been working for like the last, I started work at like 8. It's now like 9:45. So it is time to have my pre-workout meal because I have got a reel to edit up, but it's not going to take too long. So I'm going to eat this to give myself a little bit of time to digest it. And then I'm going to go to the gym. And the plan of action for today is I'm going to take you to the gym with me, film a couple of sets and like talk through a couple of sets whilst I'm there. Take you to the posing room to show you how I'm looking. And then once I'm back, to give you a full update on what I've been doing on my bulk, because I've got like all the data and stuff like that. So I can show you exactly what I've been eating, exactly why I've been doing what I've been doing, and talk you through all of that sort of stuff at the towards the end of the vlog. So that is a plan of action. Let me show you what I am having for my second breakfast of today. So I have got 100 grams of cream of rice. As you can see there, that thing weighs 5 grams, so it is actually 100 grams. I've also got, I'm going to have a scoop of protein powder and 30 grams of this, which is basically like a line of it. Now, the reason that I have this is because basically I find that like it's basically just like really like it's just carbohydrates without much fat, and then also protein. Obviously the chocolate does add a little bit of fat to it and stuff like that, but I wouldn't normally have the chocolate, but this flavor of cream of rice is fucking disgusting. Like genuinely, like it's just like plain porridge would be how I would describe it. Like, you know, the thing out of Oliver that he asks for more of, that's what it reminds me of. So gonna have that now. Then obviously, as I say, I'm doing my reel, so like it will digest a little bit. It's just like perfect for what pre-workout food. Let me put you back up there. And I think one thing that I really noticed, like that I never used to really notice before, is the benefits of eating like a proper meal before working out. Like I think like, generally speaking, meal timing doesn't really matter like too much, but around working out, I think it is important for performance, like to make sure that you have a good meal beforehand that is going to help you. It has carbohydrates in it and stuff, but also going to help you feel full. Because I find if I'm feeling hungry whilst a training session, I just can't be asked to do it. I'm just there like, I just want to go home and eat. So I need to limit that. And then also post-workout, I think that post-workout for me feels a little bit less important, but still make sure that I get protein in and all of that sort of stuff. But the pre-workout meal, very, very important. So having that now, and I will catch you when I'm on my way to the gym. Another little bit of cinematic masterpiece. let's review this monster as always. I don't know why, but sometimes they pop so much more than other times. But look how gorgeous that is. So cold. Just, this is honestly probably one of my favourite things each day. When I just like, I don't have it on rest days though, because I don't need it. So I don't even need it on training days, to be honest. But it's just, oh wowza. Oh, here's my one from the other day. Had this one the other day. But just so good. So nice. And gonna drink this on the way to the gym. Also, if you ever have a monster, like when you're at the gym and you've just got to the gym, like you don't feel anything for like 30 minutes because your body takes time to like absorb it and use it. So that's silly. You should always take it on your way to the gym. But anyway, let the compilation resume. I'm not sure how well you're going to be able to hear me, but that wasn't really much of a compilation because I can't really film whilst I'm driving. But I've done one exercise already, and now I'm on to, this is possibly like my favourite chest exercise literally ever. And it's just press ups, but I've got these plates here so that I can like get nice and deep and get a nice big stretch on my chest. And as I say, I've already done one exercise on my chest where I've gone heavy. This is sort of lighter. I'm trying to pause slightly at the bottom, get like a nice big stretch on my chest, and then come like pretty much all the way up. I've got to try and get more than 20 reps, but I don't want my form to break down and then like I'm sort of like cheating to get the reps done. So yeah, wish me luck. I almost certainly could have got more reps, but I've got another set to do that I've got to film for Instagram because I'm filming like 2 videos at once. But I find my biggest problem with that is just going so fucking red at the end because I'm not breathing properly. But I got 22 reps I think, and I had a bit more rest because of the fact that I would normally do it sort of straight away after my last exercise, but because I had to set this camera up and stuff, and like that was quite a lot easier towards the end than it normally would be. But I'm only going to film one more exercise when I'm doing pull-ups, so I'll film that after this. So I'm now done with chest, and today is an upper body day, so I'm now on to back. If you were to look at sort of like a textbook in terms of how to program, it basically says to do like biggest muscles first, pretty much. But with myself, I feel like my chest needs more work than my back. So on this day, at the moment, I'm doing chest first because I'm freshest and can put like more effort into it. And then I'm on to like back after that. But with pull-ups, I am trying to be nice and controlled on each one, be nice and powerful on the way up, and then nice and slow on the way down, and also get a nice big pause at the bottom as well, and not use too much momentum or anything like that. Call it there. I probably wouldn't get any more with good form, so that's that done. I say I need to just sort of carry on with my session, and I'll go to the posing room and sort of talk through there. Hello, so now in the posing room, hopefully the audio is okay. That session took genuinely so long, but we'll see how I'm looking, and then I'll talk through something that I wanted to talk through. Ooh. Because the session took so long, I've basically got like no pump to my chest whatsoever. My arms, a little bit. Let's have a look at my back. My back, I can't see it from here, but we'll have a look over here. I can see like in my lower back that I'm like a little bit fatter. Like I am holding more fat here, without a doubt. My body weight hasn't moved too much. So it's feels more natural to hold this. So from last month, at the start of this bulk, my body weight is up about 1 kilo. And I've definitely gained like some fat here, as I can see and as I can tell, just because obviously I know where I sort of hold fat more and stuff like that. But recently, my body weight hasn't really gone up too much. But one thing that you've got to find, like I find with bulking, is I generally find bulking is probably a bit of a harder process than cutting, due to the fact that obviously you're constantly like eating more food and stuff like that. But also it's like the body image side of things, like seeing yourself getting fatter is not nice. And what you also have to do in order for a bulk to even be worthwhile is basically like consciously get fatter, but be prepared to continue to do so, because a lot of people like don't commit themselves enough and don't get to the point that they really gain that much fat from doing so, gain that much muscle even from doing so, because they sort of like half do it and don't fully do it. Like last time on my bulk, when I got really fat, which I'll show you, I sort of like really almost probably overcommitted that time. But like this time, as I say, I'm not really happy with sort of like how this looks and stuff like that. Like certainly fatter than I want to be, but I've got to just commit myself to the process. Like my plan is to basically bulk for like 3 more months, then potentially have like a mini cut just for like a month or so, and then continue to bulk from there. But as I say, like the more you can commit and the more that you're prepared to commit to something, the more that you're actually going to see like the physical benefits from doing so when you then cut back down. Because right now, if I was to just cut straight away, I probably wouldn't see that much of a benefit from even bulking in the first place. But yeah, so now that I've gone through this, gonna go home, I'll look here, gonna go home, eat, and then I'll talk you through sort of like what I've been doing for the last month and explain everything with that. And yeah, see you there. Hello. So it's actually a couple hours after I left you, because I've actually been pre-editing this video just to see if there was anything that I was missing or anything that I needed to sort of like change or anything like that. But I'm back home, and as discussed, I will show you through all of this data now. So this is my tracking sheet. Now I want to make it clear, I don't actually use this with clients. I think that this isn't the most sort of like user-friendly thing in the whole wide world. It would obviously depend on the client. Like sometimes if someone is just really data-driven and they don't mind doing a little bit more sort of like admin, then this would be really, really good. But most people just want ease of access, so I use an app. But for me, this works perfectly because I'm very much like data oriented, and my mind just works better with data. So I effectively just track my weight multiple times a week. I also track my food every single day, and I also sort of say how like strong I'm feeling and everything like that. Also how many steps I'm doing, so I can see my average amount of steps. And then I also log all of my training as well within here. But as I said, I wanted to speak you through a few things. So as you can see, on the 1st of April, you can see that my weight was 76.1, and now it's towards the end of sort of like April, towards the start of May, you can see it sort of towards the sort of upper end of 70, sort of 77, upper end of 76s. Now, for the last couple of weeks, my weight hasn't really moved too much. It's just been fluctuating around the same point. So I've decided that I'm going to increase my food. But as you can see here, even with me trying to like gain weight at the moment, I'm nice and consistent with my calories. And also I'm even tracking on the weekend. Okay, so this is Saturday and Sunday. And as you can see, with me trying to gain weight, I'm still tracking on the weekend. So that should hopefully help to show you that even like, as I say, because I'm gaining weight, I can be more relaxed, but I'm still making sure that I'm not. So if you're trying to lose weight, that probably suggests that you should also be making sure that you are doing the same. But as you can see with this here, I can pick how sort of strong I'm feeling. So my strength has decreased in terms of how strong I'm feeling recently. But I am away as of next week, so I can just use next week as a bit of a deload. But as you can see here, everything within this. I track all of this sort of stuff as well. So my lifts, to make sure that I'm progressing with strength and making sure that this volume is increasing on like a weekly basis. And you can see here that like it's like increasing every single week. And then this sort of last week, it's increased, but not completely over the board. So next week I'm away, which is perfect because that can be a deload, and then the week after I can focus on being stronger. But again, like I genuinely track like everything. The reason that I do it is obviously because it is my job and I want to make sure that I'm seeing as much progress as possible, and I would feel a bit like a fraud if I was telling people, oh, track your food and do all of that sort of stuff, and then wouldn't do it. So this is obviously proof that I do actually do that. But yeah, if you've got any questions about anything that I'm doing, let me know. My plan from now until, like from now on, is basically to increase my calories by about 100 each day, just to see how my body weight reacts, because I would like to see my body weight increase a little bit more than it is. I don't mind sort of getting fatter. I don't want to sort of get too fat too quickly, but my sort of like in my head, I'm thinking once I get to sort of like the 80 kilo mark, that's when I'd go for like a mini cut, and I'm aiming to get there over sort of like the next sort of like 3 months, let's say. So that is my plan of action, roughly speaking. Any questions, give me a shout. Hopefully you found it useful, and follow me on Instagram if you don't already, at Coach Recontrol, and like and subscribe if you are new and you're still watching, which I'll be surprised. But adios.